real unhappy with us. Don't happen often, but every once in a while it does happen, just like every other company. I personally will go out and make sure that they're taken care of, and up and to the point if they're really unhappy with us, which never had anybody that's that unhappy, but if they are, I'll refund all their money. I don't care what it was for. So
yeah, I remember you telling the story at the BNI. Was it someone who came in, the air conditioner wasn't right, or and you took the whole thing out and redid it?
Oh yeah. Our one of our warranties that I have is when we install a system, if they're not happy with it, if it doesn't work to their satisfaction, I will remove it and put another full system in that will cost them nothing. And that particular guy, the system was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
When we did that.
Pretty darn new.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now we do his work, his son's work, his uncle's work, his cousin's work.
Right. So, yeah, and that's the thing. Customer service really speaks for itself. And I've actually seen your testimonial book. Ron's testimonial book is about this big, and that's just one of them, of one-page testimonials of how great of a job you do, how satisfied people are, and how they want you to come back, and they're not going to go to the local person and their Valpak coupons or the local newspaper if they have, clip of the week, we'll do this. So what you do really speaks for itself. I know you said you ran across something in the paper today, and you kind of thought that was...
Yeah, one of the things we pride ourselves on is we charge everybody the same. Whether you live in a $10 million mansion or a $50,000 shack, the price is what it is. So we try to charge everybody the same. We run little specials every once in a while if we can, if we get a special deal or something. But I run across an ad in the paper this morning that says $3,595 off the price of a system. So, I mean, how much do you have to add on to the cost of a system to take off $3,600?
Right.
It's just crazy. I see this stuff all the time. It drives me crazy.
And that's what you and I were talking about at the break. I mean, how much do they have to bump it up just for this special, for them to make money on this? I mean, because that's what every business is about, is to make some money and be able to pay their employees and make a living. So are they doing that to everyone, or they're just, hey, for this special offer, we're going to bump ours up to $10,000 or whatever it is, and then that way we can deduct it $5,500.
Excuse me. Yeah, I have no idea. We don't do that, so I don't know.
Yeah, and then also that one time you and I sat down, you really opened my eyes. I didn't even think about the whole allergen pollutant, because you have plenty of dogs and animals and bearded dragons and stuff running around your house.
Yes, I do.
So the air quality at your house, I know you take very seriously, and when you told me about all that, it really opened my eyes to, wow, this is really something that I need to look into as well. So tell our listeners and viewers kind of what you do and how you focus on the state-of-the-art new air systems that are coming out to really help with the allergies and things like that.
Well, to begin with, I stay up on the training. If something new comes out, I go to all the trainings, and I try to make sure that it works. There's a lot of stuff out here that just doesn't work. The UV wand that you wave over your couch. I mean, things of that nature. People just has to be very careful when they go to spend their hard-earned money that they're buying something that works. So I try to make sure that I funnel out all the stuff that don't work. I don't even offer it. And then because actually what's happening is when you're putting the pollutants in the air, like your Lysol dust cleaners and your bleaches and your detergents and all that stuff, you're releasing that in your house to clean your house. Well, now it smells good, it smells pretty, but actually those smells have toxins in them that our lungs is filtering, and the houses are built so tight these days, it's not like it was back in the 60s where you had a lot of infiltration from the outside. Once you release these chemicals in your house, they don't leave. You just filter them through your lungs back and forth. So what I've found works really well is an oxyquantum UV light that sterilizes and kills germs, and then a micro power guard air cleaner catches the germs as they're going through your system, and you can actually walk in someone's house that has these products, and you're like, what's that smell? It smells good. It smells like a spring day. Yeah. And I have my kids are sick less. I'm sick less. They miss less school days. I miss less work days because the germs are sterile and they can't reproduce. So
right. Yeah, and so if someone does want to utilize your services, what's the phone number there? Is there a website? Actually, where are you located too? Tell everyone where you're located.
We are located in Wildwood, Missouri, but we handle air conditioning in the entire St. Louis metro area. And my phone number is 636-458-4100. And our website is, it was McQuarrie's1hour.com. And we've just got a brand new website, which is St. Louis Heat and Air.
Okay.
So, .com.
Good. And as far as any testimonials of anyone of you putting this stuff in and where their allergies have gotten better?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm sure not just
Dozens of
allergies either.
Yeah.
There's asthma, there's COPD, there's
Yep.
bronchitis, there's a bunch of different lung issues that people have, lung illnesses or diseases that have no other choice but to get better because the quality of air you're breathing in is much better.
That's right. And we don't just go in the house and say, here, you need OxyQuan and micropower guard. I look at their entire duct system.
Mm-hmm.
I take their furnace apart, look up in their, they might need duct cleaning, they might need other things, they might not need anything.
Right.
I've literally told people that, this isn't your issue, and found other issues that's going on, flue pipes leaking carbon monoxide in the house and all kinds of stuff.
Right, yeah.
That's giving them headaches, and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature.
Yeah, that's been a big thing lately too. There's been a couple deaths on the news actually of carbon monoxide of people. I mean, it's so simple just to change those batteries every daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm.
You change it or check them at least, make sure they're working. You check it, and then that way, it costs you what, $2, $3 maybe to do that. And,
yeah, it's pretty hard for them to remember that, but if they can, if they can put that on their calendar, it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. So when Ron and his staff and his technicians go in there, those are some of the kind of things that they find. So it's not just that, hey, I need a new air conditioner, or, hey, I need a new heater. They look at everything as a whole. And that's really what I do as a doctor, too. I don't just look at your back pain or your neck pain or your allergies or any symptom that you have. I'm very sympathetic to the symptom you have. But I look at the body as a whole, and Ron really does the same thing. He looks at the house as a whole, not just, hey, this room isn't getting the proper air, so we'll just focus on this room. You look at the whole house and the different, parts of now the air conditioner, the heater, what goes into cool it, what goes into heat it, what goes into everything. I know there's a lot more to it than just that.
Yeah.
But you look at everything as a whole as well.
Well, what we're here today to talk about is kind of indoor air quality. And you mentioned earlier, why does some people get asthma and some people don't?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I found out through probably about 10, 12 years of extensive research on this is we all have an immune system, and that our immune systems are all different. Some of our immune systems will take a lot, filter it out pretty quickly, and some of it won't. But any allergen that you breathe in that's less than 0.5 microns is small enough to go in, which that's just a small measurement, very small. You have to have a microscope to see it. Goes in, will actually absorb into the lungs, and it soaks into the bloodstream. And then once we're around that, exposed to that over a certain period of time, then some of our immune systems will keep fighting that off, and some of them says, hey, I quit.
Right.
And then that's when you have your sinus problems and asthma.
Which is exactly what happened with my brother with his allergies. Like I said, no one else in our family even has a sniffle or sneeze with allergies.
Yep.
And he's over there constantly rubbing his eyes and sniffling and sneezes, I would probably venture to guess 50 times in a day.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah.
And it's just constantly. And, actually, he was my first patient when I was over at school. And just because he's my younger brother, so I made him come in. And,
guinea pig?
Yeah. So I was like, hey, you're going to be my first patient over here. He's like, okay. Yeah. And I didn't even think the fact that he suffered from allergies because he had just started living with me. We had just become roommates. And I hadn't seen him in a while, so I didn't even think about it. And once he started getting adjusted regularly, not just adjusted but checked to make sure he's holding his adjustment, his allergies actually